Hello everyone, and welcome back to DMG. Some of my favorite content on YouTube that I like to watch in my free time are scam busting videos where someone will buy a fishy, horribly marketed product and then proceed to rip apart every single claim the seller makes. Now, I'm going to be doing some of that for myself today because I bought probably the strangest thing I've ever bought online. A fake WD Blue hard drive. And I do recommend watching the whole video because I'm filming this intro after I've actually done the tests and things just kept getting weirder. So do make sure to watch till the end of the video. But without any further ado, let's get into what makes this little drive here so. Welcome to the workbench. This is where we're going to talk about the drive and also do some extensive testing on it. But before we even turn this drive on, I have some things to say. Now here it is, and the first thing you immediately notice is that it says YXS. Now I have an actual one of these drives here that says WD up here and WD Scorpio Blue down here. Now this is an older drive, and before they were branded WD Blue, they were Caviar Blue and Scorpio Blue. They were divided into classes in their class of WD Blue. It was really confusing. There's a reason WD doesn't do it anymore. But just to be clear, this is a real WD Blue drive. Now we can see these are actually in the same chassis. This sticker is just on upside down. So this is a real WD drive, but it's just being marketed as not a WD. Now we can see the bottom, the controller board is identical. Nowhere on the AliExpress listing does it say anything about this being a WD Blue. It is just referred to as Blue all over the listing. Now, this all started when I was looking for new ideas of, weird things to cover on AliExpress, as I often do. This was about a month ago when I came across these hard drives, and I found 10 other listings selling similar drives, and I actually bought another from a different listing that's going to arrive soon. So keep watching videos if you want to see that. But I was intrigued, so of course I bought one, and here it is. Now there is no now already there is no shortage of excitement because, again, the sticker is on upside down. You can see the glue marks from where the WD sticker was taken off and this YXS one was put upside down. Now these holes in the top of the label are there for a reason. They correspond to certain positions on the drive chassis if they're on the right way, as we can see here. So they go around these three screws, which on an open drive are edge of the drive, and there to hold this little plastic piece in place. But on this drive, they've just slapped it on. Now, another thing I would like to mention is the sticker is very close to the WD one, but it's not exact. This design is closer to what they used on their desktop drives, actually. And there are some inaccuracies printed on the sticker, and I'm going to get into those right now. First of all, part number XXXX, CT, lots of X's. That's a little fishy. With, scam, off-brand, weird, fishy products, you very often see a serial number of 0000, 12345, that kind of thing. So the fact that I doubt this serial number is unique. I bet if I bought another one of these drives, it would have that same exact serial number printed on it. But, I mean, it's formatted. The the model number and the serial number are formatted exactly like WD does it. This is a WD 800 BEVT because it's 80 gigabyte, and this is a WD 3200 BEVT. because it's 320 gigabytes. And this is the part of this drive that I don't like. To be clear, I don't have any problem with used or white labeled drives, but I do have a problem with companies trying to pass off a used drive as a brand new one, especially from a trusted company like WD. Now, also looking at the serial ATA logos and the trash can logos here, the SATA logo doesn't have that bold typeface on ATA, and that it doesn't quite look right. Every other hard drive I've ever seen has that bolder typeface on ATA. But now let's get into what it says here. Let's see, date, 28 March 2019. There's no way this drive was actually made in 2019. This drive chassis from WD dates back about 10 to 15 years, actually. This one right here is from 2009, and that should give you a clue of how old this drive probably actually is. It's 80 gigabytes. WD, I don't think they made anything below 500 gigabytes in the 2019 year. And in recent years, WD has moved their lower capacity drives to a single platter chassis, that being the 7mm design, because this is the full 9.5mm, it's the taller height of laptop drives. So, that being said, a drive of this capacity in this chassis has not been made in over a decade. So, let's pop it in a caddy and see what we've actually got here. Alright, it's in the caddy. You may have just heard it, it's powered on. Wow, okay. So, let me just prove to you that it is that YXS drive in the caddy. That's really weird. Let me explain this. So, if you buy a new hard drive, I'm so sorry for that thing on screen, let me see if I can fix that. If you buy a new hard drive, it will never come with a partition already on it. I just dropped something on my head. Disk management. Let's go to disk management and see what this partition is. It's GPT. Wait, what? 111.77 gigabyte NTFS. This is not an 80 gigabyte drive. So they put a 120 gig drive. They put the wrong fake label on my drive. That is so funny. And I bought the 80 gig drive. Let me open up my test programs. If you're into hard drives, HD Tune Pro is the best purchase you will ever make. I'm going to rescan for disks. And by the way, I know that says WD, that's my boot drive in this system. So just to avoid any confusion. Yeah, that is funny. And our WD serial number, okay, so it supports only SATA 1, so that does give us an idea of how old this drive is. An 8 megabyte cache, like 128 to 256 is more common nowadays. Sorry, let me get rid of that email. Now, the serial number we're seeing here in both programs, WXE07, corresponds not at all to the one actually printed on the drive, which is WXCZ0, and then it goes on a little longer. But yeah, it doesn't correspond to the actual serial number. Now, let me check if there's anything else fishy here. I find it so funny that they sent me the wrong drive. Now, 0 power on hours and 12 power on count makes me think that the smart data of this drive has been wiped. It's been cleared and, reset. Sorry for the redundancy, but I just want to make it clear that this is not a new drive. There are programs and, hardware devices you can get that will clear the smart data of a hard drive, and that is what has been done, because this is most certainly not a new drive. From my tests on this same chassis, it should be between 30 and 50 megabyte per second. And we're actually getting a little bit faster than that. I find it so funny that they sent me a 120 gigabyte drive when I bought an 80 gigabyte drive. And that it already had a partition on it. To be very clear, this is the first time that I have put this drive in a computer and powered it on for myself. Now, yeah, we're seeing a normal transfer rate for this drive. I'll do a random access test really quickly. Head activity sounds normal for one of these drives. Well, someone's having fun. I guess those people that you may be able to hear through the wall were just really excited about my drive here. We're getting normal access times, and I mean, this is a real WD drive. All the benchmark results are aligning with the rest of these that I own. It's just so weird. There's so many weird things going on here. Of course, the first being that it's not a WD branded drive. The first, of course, being that another company is rebranding it. Why not just sell it as a WD Blue? Why go to the effort of making a fake WD Blue out of something that's already the thing you're trying to fake? I mean, it's a real WD Blue, it's just got that fishy sticker slapped on it. Now, I do want to mention, on the AliExpress listing, I'm going to flash some pictures on a screen right now. There were drives on that listing that were not WD. There was a picture, like in the review, there was a picture of a Seagate drive in this chassis right here, and there was also one with a Toshiba part number. So apparently not everyone is getting WD drives, but whether or not it was a WD Blue in the review picture, it still had one of those, sorry, that's not the right drive. It still had one of those YXS Blue stickers slapped on it. And on especially the Seagate and Toshiba drives, it looked really off. It just looked really out of place. The thing that really baffles me about this drive is the fact that it's a hard drive. It's an actual spinning HDD 5400 RPM hard drive. It's really easy to make a cheap, crappy SSD. I could make an SSD if I really wanted to. I could go out, I could buy the chips online, I could buy a PCB, get one custom made, and hand solder an SSD. You can't do that with hard drives. You need a special facility to make these, and there are only a few companies that actually have access to those facilities. So this drive, I want to be clear, it's not actually made by this company. This is made by WD. So if it's made by WD, why go to the effort of trying to make a fake WD drive instead of just selling it as a WD Blue? Maybe they wanted to change the date on the sticker to 2019 to make it seem a little newer. That is my best guess, that the whole point of printing this new sticker was to forge the date. Also, WD800 BEVT is an actual model number of a Scorpio Blue. So they really went to a lot of effort making their logo look a little like WD, forging the model number, and printing a somewhat accurate sticker. If only they'd put it on the right way with this side facing the SATA connector, it would have been rather convincing. It's high quality printing too. It feels almost exactly like the original stickers on these drives. So it's actually a well done fake. I don't know how they would have cut the sticker into this shape though. I assume they weren't printing it on paper shaped like that. They were just cutting it after printing so that it looks like the WD logo, but I've done the measurements and it doesn't exactly line up with the WD drive. This section on this drive doesn't come out as far as the WD. So it's not a perfect replica, but it's very close. But that is going to conclude it for this video. I do want to say I don't encourage anyone to buy this drive. You are overpaying for a rebranded 10 to 15 year old 5400 RPM hard drive. I mean, you saw the speeds. This is nothing astoundingly fast. So I don't encourage anyone to buy these, because if you're buying a used one off eBay, you at least know where it's coming from. You at least know you're getting a used drive. But with these, you don't even know if you're getting a WD Blue. You could be getting one of these. And yeah, I mean, overall, this WD drive mechanism has proven pretty reliable. But not in circumstances like this. I wouldn't quite trust a drive like this. Back to the price, this was way too expensive. I paid about $12 for in total, including shipping and handling, for what I thought was an 80 gig drive, which is way too expensive for an 80 gig drive. Why would you need one? The higher capacities, like 500 gigabyte, were in the $30 range. Paying that much for a used 500 gigabyte drive is just not good, especially because of their age and their lower speed. But that's going to wrap it up for this video. Again, I have a lot of other hard drive content on this channel, and I bought some more of these fishy hard drives, so that's in a video coming up. But that's it for this video. Thank you everyone for watching, and see you next time.